This movie is going to attempt to carry on from the half-routed Arduino shield that was done in a previous movie. It might be a little bit slower than other ones because when you get to this point you have to think about it a bit more. Okay, so we'll start off with some part that we don't have to think about too much. First of all, check that you are on the bottom of the board again. And then I think we'll go over to this area of the board first because that looks a bit easy. Okay, select the routing tool, which is there, and I think we'll go straight out of here. Okay, so straight away I'll undo that, and we'll go select bottom that way. Then we'll just carry on doing these. Come out of there so you don't go close to this pin here, you don't want to collect that on the way through. This connection here, you can see it connects those 3 red points. It doesn't mean to say you've got to put a big line going straight up to there somehow. Those 3 points do have to be connected, but there's other ways of doing it. What I might do is come out of the 5 to about there, then just press 1, go down to there, click and press 2, and then okay, you'll notice that the rat line that was going right up to there has gone away now, so we've got a real connection coming up through there, and then the rat line across to this pad here. So we still only need to make, all that's left now is to make a connection to that one. So we can do that probably by going around the back of this. Check that we're still on the bottom of the board. We can come straight out of there, just like that. I think it's about there, and just join onto that like that. Notice that in doing that I've made this pad touch this track, so I'm going to have to move that track now. And when you get to this part of making the board, you do find that you're needing to sometimes change things that you've done previously. So there's a tool for doing that, and that's this one here, and this one here for that matter. So I'm just going to move that across a little bit. I'm still not too happy with that gap in there. I might move it a little bit more. In fact, I might move this one a bit. Then move this one a bit more. Yep. Reasonably happy with that. You can always come back and change these later. We've still got to get an earth line across to here somehow too. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet. Oh, yeah, there's one way of doing it. I could just come up here jump over these two and go straight into the earth like that. So that's one thing that I'm just going to bear in mind, that I could do that. But for the moment I'm going to look at this area here where I've got 3 more tracks to put in. There's one here. So I've got that to do. Okay, so those ones look easy. And then that 12 one, that can go around the outside. Okay, I'm just planning how I'm going to go around there. Sometimes you might as well just start, get the routing tool. And then that one. I'm just going to put a jumper in here. And now when I see the way these tracks are, I might just want to tidy them up a bit. So what I'm just checking is that I've got reasonable gaps between all the tracks. None of the tracks, when it comes out of these pads, is going at such an angle that it hits any other pads. And I'm reasonably happy with the way that's ended up. But I've still got some other stuff to do down here which could come up into that area. I've got to get one way over to, whoops, got to get a couple right over to that side of the board. One there, one there. And this one right in here. You can lay tracks along the inside of here, but at the moment I've put this big earth light in there. And that's stopping me from, well, yes, I can't put a jumper underneath this chip because it'll sit on top of the board and the chip won't sit down on the board properly. This one I could do relatively easy with this. Might create other jumpers if I, yeah, it's still got to cross over these two. You can go put one line around the back of these, just don't go too far out to the side here because it makes your board just get unnecessarily big. But I'll do one. And that just leaves these two to get across to there. Plus they have to cross over each other. I think I'm just going to make another couple of jumpers here. And here. You can't come out here on top of the board, so you must come out on the bottom a little way if you're going to jump. Then you can jump and land, and it's straight back in there. Now I've got these two tracks too close together, so let's go to editing mode and pull this down a bit. I could pull it down to there, and the track just comes out straight. And I've got that too close to there, so I pull that out a bit. And I've just got that earth line to do now. So once again I'm going to do the same thing. Just come out of here, get my trim out there. I see why it leaves a jumper, because it was expecting to go to the other earth. Okay. That takes away the jumper. Now we can make some of these other tracks a bit fatter. Escape from that, get the editing tool. Right click on that. Net width, custom, that needs to be a fat one. So we'll go 0.04. So now that all the tracks are in, all we need to do now is just go around and check that we've got reasonable clearances. We haven't got anything that's touching that shouldn't be touching. So basically blue lines shouldn't touch because they're different tracks, and you just don't want the electricity to go jumping from one track into another. It will generally stop your board working if that happens. But all that remains to be done now is just checking or tidying tracks up. There are two tools which are good for that. One is this one here, and the other one's that one there. And they both allow you to just push traces around like that. Sometimes you can go to the corner and get a dot and just move corners around. Completely muck it up like I did just then. But there you have it.